In this video, we discuss the Understanding Historical Change core requirement, which is an introductory level history course. As we can see on our core curriculum checklist, the Understanding Historical Change course is typically completed in freshman or sophomore year. But just as we said with the Fine and Performing Arts requirement, this is one that, especially if you are not science, STEM, pre-health, many students will take in their first year at Fordham College at Rose Hill, and is a common choice for students in their first semester. As our checklist indicates, there are a number of different courses that can fulfill the Understanding Historical Change requirement. All of these will start off with the sort of title Understanding Historical Change, and then we'll have a colon generally, after which there will be a subtitle. So we can have Understanding Historical Change, Modern Europe, American History, Medieval History, East Asian History, for example, Ancient Greece, Islamic History and Culture, a lot of different options here. If we look on a sample DegreeWorks placement page, we can see that, again, there is no explicit recommendation for a student to take the Understanding Historical Change course in the fall semester. Just like the Fine and Performing Arts, there's some flexibility as to when it can be taken. So it will again fall under this umbrella of the core course, as you can see here. One very important note for students who have taken AP or IB history exams. Fordham accepts and awards credit for a number of AP and IB history exams, but it's crucial to note that the credit we award for the appropriate scores in AP or IB exams, it depends on the exam, but it does not in any case fulfill the Understanding Historical Change requirement. The bottom line is that if you have taken an AP or IB history exam and earned the required score for some form of transfer credit from us, you will still need to take the Understanding Historical Change requirement. So it is not possible to fulfill it by means of AP or IB exam credit. Now we can illustrate how to search for Understanding Historical Change core courses on my.fordham. From our checklist here, we can see that it would be really tedious to have to go through and search for all of these different possible examples. And remember, these are just examples, so some of these may not be offered every semester, and there may be some Understanding Historical Change courses that are being offered but are not listed on this checklist. We'll take care of this problem very simply by searching by attribute. We return to our handy screen here and click Browse Classes. Select the appropriate term from the drop-down box and click Continue. Now, you might think, well, couldn't I just enter in the subject history here? Aren't all Understanding Historical Change courses in the history department? Now, many of them are, but not all of them. You'll also be able to find some Understanding Historical Change courses in the Department of Classics, as well as the Department of African and African American Studies. So even in this case, we don't need to select any subject or any course number. We are going to select under college, Fordham College Rose Hill, because Understanding Historical Change must be taken at your home college, Fordham College Rose Hill. And under course attribute, we can start typing in Understanding Historical Change, and it pops up right here. So this is all we're looking for, Understanding Historical Change at Fordham College at Rose Hill. We click Search. We can expand the number of results on a page just to see all the different options. And you can see here, just like we mentioned, this course is called Understanding Historical Change Africa, but it's listed as in the African and African American Studies department. This course is called Understanding Historical Change Ancient Greece, but it's listed as in the Classical Languages and Civilizations department. Just as we said in the Fine and Performing Arts video, don't be alarmed by when you're watching this video and you notice that, wow, so many of these courses look full, because again, there are seats reserved for you that are not presently accessible to continuing students. I want to draw your attention to two course sections that are listed here. The first is this one, Understanding Historical Change Africa. We see here, if we click on it and look under Attributes, we can see that it fulfills the globalism requirement, which is here called global studies. They're the same thing. So this course would fulfill not only the understanding historical change requirement, but also the globalism requirement. That's HIST 1600 R01. If we move up a little bit here to this section here, HIST 1100 R10, we can see if we mouse over it that it says pluralism in parentheses next to it. And if we click on it and look under attributes, we can see here the pluralism attribute appears. This means that the course fulfills understanding historical change and American pluralism. Because it's an American history course, this means that the course is more likely to focus on issues of diversity in American culture compared to one that does not have that label next to it. Some courses, by default, like Understanding Historical Change Africa, are always globalism courses because by nature they are focusing on a non-European or American type of history. The pluralism you're more likely to find in the American history type course because the American pluralism requirement is about diversity in American culture.